Well, hello viewers, welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Among the major developments, Dominica hosted a Trade in Services Statistics workshop on Tuesday. The Dominica Association of Local Authorities now has a fully equipped office and jazz and Creole fringe events to kick off this Wednesday. Join me as I bring you the details of these and other developments right after the break.
Let your spirit take to flight. Let your heart run free and wild. Find your soul in Dominica, the nature isle.
The facts as they are, brought to you every day, only on GIS Channel 7.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. Dominica hosted a Trade in Services Statistics workshop at the Fortune Hotel on Tuesday. The event was organized by the collaborated efforts of the United Nations Statistics Division, the United Nations World Tourism Organization, and the CARICOM. Trade in services refers to transactions of services between international producers and buyers. The workshop, according to Carolee Kovacs, Chief of International Trade in Services Section of UNSD, focused mainly on the statistics for travel and tourism. Kovacs said the aim of the workshop was to aid budding states in developing ways to improve their statistics in these areas.
This week, UNSD, together with CARICOM Secretariat and the UN World Tourism Organization, with support from others, as I will mention later, organizes a workshop focusing on travel and tourism statistics with a segment devoted to the tourism satellite accounts. For UNSD, these activities are seen as complementary activities striving for the same objective of better measuring of economic activities of the CARICOM member states, and in that way helping national planning and informed decision making.
Kovacs stressed on the growth in complexity of trade in services and the need to change compilation procedures due to economic globalization.
Rapid technological advances in the past few decades in transport, computing and telecommunications, including the development of the internet and economic commerce, have resulted in enterprise availing themselves of the resources for production at more distant locations and have enabled them to serve even wider markets. This trend towards globalization, reinforced by liberalization policies and the removal of regulatory obstacles to economic activities, has fueled the steady growth of multinational enterprises, international investment, and trading goods and trading services. Better communication and transportation have also facilitated the movement of people for the purposes of tourism, migration, employment, and trade.
Dr. Philomene Harrison, Program Director, highlighted some of the specific objectives which the workshop is hoped to cover. According to Dr. Harrison, these include the improvement of statistics on international trade in services, national accounts, balance of payments, and the production of tourism satellite accounts, all of which are important to state governments due to the current trend in trade. The program director also informed the participants of the 2010 and 2011 CARICOM Trade in Services statistics.
According to our latest figures for 2010, the contribution of services to GDP for member states ranged from 57% to a high of almost 97% of the GDP of the respective countries, with the production of services in value terms amounting to roughly 37 billion USD for 14 member states for which we have data. When we look at the data that we have compiled on international trading services for 2011, we see that for 13 member states for which we have data, total exports of services amounts to at least 10 billion USD, with travel contributing to over 72% of total exports of services traded for these countries.
The workshop coincided with the celebration of the International Year of Statistics being observed this year. Prema Corrett, Chief Statistician, gave an overview of some of the programs planned in recognition of this celebration.
We are committed to continue to celebrate the International Year of Statistics, highlighting with some of the statistical programs as, for example, the final results of the 2011 census, the launch of the Trade in Services Statistics Report, the launch of the Labor Market Information System, the publication of quarterly GDP and high-frequency indicators, and the launch of the National Strategy for Development of Statistics.
Representatives of establishments and agencies across the globe attended the workshop. The Ross University School of Medicine welcomed 219 new students to its campus in Picard, Portsmouth. The traditional white coat ceremony was held last Friday and was attended by President of Dominica, His Excellency Illud Williams and Mrs. Williams, government ministers and officials of the Ministry of Health. The white coat ceremony is a tradition in some medical schools that marks the students' transition from the study of preclinical to clinical health sciences. At some schools where students begin meeting patients early in their education, the white coat ceremony is held before the first year begins. It typically involves a formal robing or cloaking of students in white coats, the garb physicians have traditionally worn for over 100 years and other health professions have adopted. Dean of the university, Dr. Joseph Flaherty, says he is confident in the abilities of the new students.
You do good, we do good. We've chosen you. We've looked over your applications. We've actually interviewed, like many medical schools do not anymore. We think you have what it takes to be a doctor to get through medical school. But I can tell you, it won't be easy.
Senior Associate Dean of Student Affairs at the Ross University School of Medicine, Dr. Paula Wales, welcomed the new students and reassured them that they had chosen the best school to pursue their dreams of becoming medical doctors.
Ross has one dream, one mission, one goal, and that is to help you achieve your goal of becoming a physician. Okay? So, since 1978, more than 9,000 students have graduated with their MDs from Ross. And over the past 5 years, Ross has placed more students in U.S. residency slots than any other medical school in the world. That's so important. I'm going to slow down and say that one more time. Over the past 5 years, Ross University School of Medicine has placed more graduates in U.S. residency slots than any other medical school in the world.
Over 9,000 medical doctors have graduated from Ross University School of Medicine since its founding in 1978. Students complete their foundational studies in Dominica before completing their clinical training in one of the university's affiliated teaching hospitals throughout the United States. It is accredited by the Dominica Medical Board and the Caribbean Authority for Education in Medicine and other health professions.
Make no mistake, medical school will be difficult. You'll spend countless hours in the library mastering academic material. You may miss major family events back home. You will face challenges in both the near and distant future. But if becoming a talented, skilled doctor is your life's goal, if that's why you're sitting in this room right now, then it'll all be worth it.
And beginning Wednesday, May 15, jazz lovers will have the opportunity to participate in a number of events leading up to this year's Jazz and Creole main show at the Cabritz National Park. On Tuesday, the Discover Dominica Authority announced that the Evergreen Hotel, the Fort Young Hotel, the Anchorage Hotel, and the Riverstone Bar and Grill have organized separate activities showcasing local and regional jazz artists. A pan and jazz soiree activity at the Evergreen Hotel this Wednesday will kick off the fringe events featuring Julie and Arthie Marte, Shades of Green, Marvin Marie, and Tiffany Main. Meantime, St. Lucian contemporary jazz artist Claudia Edward will feature as a guest artist at the Word, Sound and Power Jazz and Creole edition at the Anchorage Hotel on Thursday evening. That event, to begin at 7 p.m., will feature live music, spoken word, poetry, and drumming. Here's a taste now of what you can expect from Claudia Edward.
Before the day you came in my life, I never thought I'd fall in love. In love. In love. Baby boo, I can take my time. I'm crazy, crazy for your love. Your love. Your love. Your love. Boy, you're driving me out my mind. Tonight I really need your love. Your love. Your love. Your love. Tonight,
The fringe events will continue on Friday at the Fort Young Hotel with the Happy Hour Creole and Jazz event featuring Creole rhythms with an upbeat jazzy flavor.
On the lineup is the T-Orchestra Band featuring Mel C. T-Orchestra is a local up-and-coming band who has over the past year become quite popular. So Mel C will tell us what she has in store for us and what her band has in store for us on Friday. Caribbean Vibes is also on the lineup, and again, that band has been providing music to Dominican people for the last couple of years, and so they will give us, I think, a good show on Friday. There will also be a guest performance by Eric Ildefonse Quartet, again, a talented jazz artist out of Martinique, and basically he'll whet our appetite with what is to come on Sunday because he'll be performing on main stage. So he'll do a performance for us, probably about half an hour on Friday.
Upcoming jazz artist Melinda Ulysses, otherwise known as Mel C, will perform at the Fort Young Hotel Happy Hour Creole and Jazz event on Friday. Mel C will also perform at the main stage event on Sunday at the Cabritz.
I will be performing with my band, T-Orchestra, and I must say it's a milestone to be on this venue because we do so many genres and to finally get into jazz because my band has what I would call groove. We have a lot of groove, so we're very happy, we're very excited. We have been working hard. I went home at 3 this morning. We have been practicing really, really hard, and I think it's going to be something that Dominicans are forced to take an interest in because it keeps getting bigger and better.
The fringe events will end on Saturday with the Riverside Jazz and Creole at the Riverstone Bar and Grill event in Bells.
This year, our Riverside Jazz and Creole event will feature once again the aspects of Creole as well as the aspects of jazz. And so representing the Creole side with a little jazz mixed in, we have Gregory Rabes and his band who will be doing some samples from his Belle Pan project, his Belle Jazz project, which is a fusion of our traditional Belle music along with influences of Pan and jazz fused into that. So Gregory will be doing that opening act, and he's also presenting, as part of his performance, building in some of our conte. So you will have a mixture of storytelling as well as music and some Creole interpretation because we really wanted to keep a strong Creole element as part of our Riverside Jazz and Creole.
Jazz and Creole is being staged in Dominica for the 4th consecutive year. Digicel has partnered with the Discover Dominica Authority in being a platinum sponsor to this year's event. The company on Tuesday presented a $35,000 check to the DDA, which will be used for meeting expenses. This year's Jazz and Creole event is also made possible through sponsorship from United Insurance, Dominica Brewery and Beverages Limited, alias Fosses de la Dominique, J.R. Stefan and Company Limited, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Regents Hotel, HHV Whitchurch, and the Caribbean. In more news, the Dominica Association of Local Authorities, DALA, now has a fully functional and equipped office from which local government business can be conducted. This was made possible from funding provided by VNG International through the Caribbean Association of Local Government Authorities, CALGA, under its European Union Aerial Support Project. Over $30,000 worth of office equipment was disbursed by VNG International to DALA. Chairman of DALA, Yolande John Jules, at a press conference on Tuesday, expressed thanks to the Caribbean Association of Local Government Authorities and VNG International for making the funds available.
Today we are happy that the VNG project has given to us 2 staff members. We are one, our administrative officer, Mistress Junella Maglo-Trotman, and our field officer, Ms. Vincent George. These 2 will be based in the office of DALA. Of course, before there was nobody in the office. It was a closed office, and we only used to open here once a month or twice a month for often we have meetings. But now the office will be open at least for the next 3 months, every day, with the exception of weekends.
John Jules outlined the plans of the association and expressed gratitude to VNG International for its assistance in establishing DALA's office.
Our plans is to strengthen the village councils, the district associations, and to get DALA on a sound footing where it's supposed to be. We heard the talk before. We have people saying they are not interested in DALA because there's nothing they're doing for village councils. But I want to tell them today that that is a change thing. That's a thing of the past. DALA is the representative of all the village councils in Dominica, and that is the duty that the field officer will be carrying out, going out around the countries, visiting the village councils, attending their meetings, presenting our plans and our plan of action to the village councils, assisting the village councils to prepare their plan of actions, to prepare their budget and whatever write-up projects and so on.
Assisting DALA in getting its plans and projects off the ground is a pilot project dubbed the Caribbean Local Economic Development Program, CARI-LED. Jaiziah Benoit, Local Economic Development Officer attached to the Local Government Department, is responsible for executing the Caribbean Local Economic Development Program, which is a local government pilot project in Dominica.
This CARI-LED program, Caribbean Local Economic Development, is a new strategy that is being introduced to hopefully spearhead a change in our economic fortunes here in the region, using the strategy of local economic development, a grassroots approach to community development and economic advancement, whereby you work with the village councils to spearhead development as opposed to your parliamentary representative or minister coming into the community and identifying the development projects. You'd have the NGOs, the CBOs, the actors themselves deciding what takes place.
John Fountain, Local Government Commissioner, expressed local government's desire to work closely with DALA to help promote local government.
We want to build the capacity within the communities, let people be responsible, be part and involved in the decision-making process within their areas. And so we want to strengthen their capacity. And as such, you know, the Department of Local Government, which is the administrative arm of the government, we are basically a unit. We are in sync with what happens at DALA, DALA being the umbrella organization of local authorities, representing local authorities on the island. So we have been working together, as Mr. John Jules said, in accessing funds, in ensuring that we can have an enhanced local government system.
The Dominica Association of Local Authorities, DALA, is a voluntary umbrella body representing the interests of local authorities in the state. DALA works with many associations, including Dominica's local government authorities, to ensure their goals are met. And that's the English segment of the news. We now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, plusieurs officiers qui sont engagés en affaires statistiques quand joignent en Dominique Simen Salam. Plusieurs aspects en parmi statistiques pour faire et puis affaires tourisme quand taper attention. Madame Prima Carrette, c'est chef officier statistiques ici en Dominique.
Workshop ça là, c'est pour nous qui est trade in services statistics. C'est nous regarder différentes transactions pays la fait avec différents pays. Ces transactions ça là c'est either résidents avec foreign companies et bien différents business avec foreign companies. Aussi nous regarder particular tourism. Tourism statistics. Comment tourism statistics can contribute pour développement pays là. Chaque fois là nous tend tourism statistics nous quoi dit c'est monde qui a quitté aller dans l'autre pays pour faire vacances et ben pour travail.
La nouvelle organisation DALA qui commence series meeting trainement Mam Village Council tout en pays là. Quand même si le chef DALA ici en Dominique monsieur Yolan John Jules, yo ka conduire ce trainement ça là à en manière faire ce council là plus effective.
Nous ni training demain. Demain c'est où ça qu'on nous dit nous taper assistance pour élever gouvernement local Dominique. Et demain c'est un jour nous va commencer training à comment pour développer village council, comment pour faire plan, comment pour mettre budget ensemble pour développer council en pays là. So premier move là demain si je veux, c'est ça sous pays là. Then semaine prochaine nous aller en East pays là, nous qu'à jouer Rosalie pour 2 jours encore. Nous qu'à montrer councils à ces East pays là, comment pour budget, comment pour faire plan, comment pour mettre des bits ensemble pour développer council.
Et puis finalement, un workshop qui mettait attention à la sécurité manger pour place en Dominique. Plusieurs organisations mettaient expérience à y conduire le programme cela qui était financé par European Union et puis Grand Office ou ICS. Monsieur George Alciot Saint-Lucien, c'est le monde qui travaille en Grand Office ou ICS en Saint-Lucien.
Nous, Jean FAO et puis nous Jean ICA et puis nous, Jean CrossQ et Jean CRFM Fisheries, et Cadi ici aussi. Mais tous ces monde ça, c'est monde qui ni expertise en ces various CGA. So tous ces monde ça qui assister nous en programme ça pour nous savoir qui manière nous ça faire ce changement que nous besoin de faire pour assurer que nous ça ni un système qui ça operate à chaque pays OECS là. Also we are talking about CAFSA qui veut nous ça fit à CAFSA pour nous ni une bonne opération, bon management de ces systèmes ça qui garder pour nous pour santé des animaux, santé monde, santé plan et pour empêcher des diseases à tout et bien sortir en ces pays là.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
When we come back, we'll bring you the tip of the day.
Listen closely and you will hear what climate change might sound like. Hurricanes getting stronger and more frequent. Glaciers melting, causing a rise in sea levels. Dry bush burning after a prolonged drought left the bushes vulnerable to fires.
What? No water again?
But listen closely again and you will hear the solutions. People switching to energy-saving light bulbs. People building stronger homes that can withstand hurricane force winds. Our climate may be changing, but so can we. Making small changes together can have a huge effect on reducing the impacts of climate change. Act now. Rally, rethink, respond. This message is brought to you by the OECS Secretariat with funded assistance from USAID.
Documentaries and in-depth discussions, community walkthroughs, and Yes We Care. See it all on GIS Channel 7.
Today we'll talk to you about the importance of eating bananas. People whose diets are rich in potassium may be less prone to high blood pressure. Besides reducing sodium and taking other heart-healthy steps, eat potassium-packed picks such as bananas, cantaloupes, and oranges. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We welcome your suggestions and your comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember to join us again tomorrow.